What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex. In this video, I'm going to be discussing the best characters to pick and in kind of assembling your team in Gears 5 Horde mode. Now, we're going to be talking a little bit about Horde mode. I'm going to be reading all of the base characters. It does not include like the pre-order or ones that you can get, like the Terminator, stuff like that. We're not going to include those characters. We're going to run through the characters, kind of, again, talk about the Horde mode a little bit, and talk about assembling the team. This is talking about the best players, but it's also talking about how to make the best team for Horde mode. Now, I may also do a tips and tricks video on this mode in the next couple days on the channel. So if you guys are into Gears, as well as we're giving away the game completely for free on our channel, so you guys know anybody who is interested in Gears 5, definitely send them our way. Now, the Horde mode this time has added a couple things in terms of the actual base mode itself, but they've also added kind of ultimate abilities, kind of like these charged abilities for every character. Now, again, we're just going to be going over the main characters in this Horde mode. We're not going to go over, again, any of those like pre-order bonuses. So we have JD, who's an offensive character. He receives extra ammunition for every 6th headshot. His ultimate ability is an artillery strike on a targeted enemy. Marcus, a tank character who can charge his ultimate ability by taking damage. His ultimate ability makes every hit an automatic headshot. Kate, a scout character who receives additional power from nearby kills. Her ultimate ability turns her invisible for a brief time. Dal, an engineer who can build fortifications for cheaper and move the fabricator more quickly. His ultimate ability summons a DB trackers to target enemies. Faz, offensive character who gets more pickups after every 6th critical kill. His ultimate ability allows him to see and shoot through walls. And finally, Jack, a robotic support character, kills unmarked enemies, reduces ultimate cooldown time. His ultimate ability allows you to hijack enemies and control them directly. Now, they're broken down into categories. I said the categories as well. Let's go over the 5 categories that basically these characters lie in, and that's ultimately going to help us choose, again, not just the best characters, but also the best team that we want to assemble in order to ideally make it through all 50 rounds of Horde mode. You have scouts, offense, tank, engineer, and support. Now, again, a couple of these fall in the same categories as others, and again, I did not include like Sarah Connor, Kat, Emily. I didn't include some of those, so there are some characters that I left out, so just to, obviously be aware of that. Now, here's the deal. When making your best team, you want a team that's well-rounded. Now, some of these characters are somewhat similar to each other, and like I said, mainly if they fall in the same category, their purposes are around the same. So like JD, Emily, they're both kind of offense. You have a couple of tanks, Marcus and Sarah Connor, Dal and Kat for engineers. So some of them fall under the exact same category as each other. Now, that's fine. The best characters, and I have scoured the internet, I've tried to watch as much gameplay, I've tried to read as much as I possibly can. From what I have gathered, it seems like the 2 that you definitely, or I've seen a mix, okay? I've seen JD and Jack come up absolutely the most. Now, JD is a offense character, and his ultimate ability is really one of his ultimate strengths. And an artillery strike, you just think about that. A lot of basically, if you know how to use the character and you can master the ultimate ability, all ultimate abilities can be pretty darn solid. But an artillery strike is exactly that, right? An artillery strike gets you out of some trouble, can eliminate several enemies right off the bat. JD is a character that definitely I've seen absolutely the most, along with Jack, and again, makes a lot of sense, especially, again, his ultimate ability being able to hijack enemies. So those are 2 characters you absolutely need. Now, I saw a lot of people say that you could also and should also use Marcus. Now, Marcus is a tank. It's a little bit different than JD as just an offense character. Again, because JD is more of literally attacking, okay? Now, Marcus literally, if you guys, I assume a lot of people know what a tank is, but they're like the sponge, right? The bullet sponge. They take in the most kind of damage. And again, his ultimate ability literally is by him taking in the damage, okay? And then again, his ultimate ability is every shot as a headshot, so basically a one-shot kill for every one. So you can start to see how these characters are extremely, extremely effective. Now, in terms of like best character, I haven't necessarily seen somebody come out and flat out say best character, but JD and Jack, I would, I guess, give them the tie for the best character. I've seen them by a mile the most. I've seen a lot of people put Marcus in as that third character. The fourth character has definitely been kind of a rotating thing, but I think Dell seems to be overall the next one up. Now, again, I mean, you can argue, and this doesn't include like Sarah Connor. Maybe you want more than one tank, but at the same time, like I said, you want a well-rounded team. So we already have an offense person, a tank person, and a support. The only people left are for scouts and engineers. Okay, now to me, scouts, Kate, not necessarily the greatest character in the world. There are opportunities to use characters to go out and explore, especially the new kind of power system that the Horde mode does, where you have the option to kind of capture a different areas or kind of like flags, and that's every 10 rounds or every 10 waves. There are purposes for those kind of characters, but to me, one of the best ways to win a Horde mode is to kind of stock up and have the most well-rounded and best base you can possibly do. And in order to do that, I think you need an engineer. So really, the engineer is up to you. I think Dell is just the best thing, especially for the targeting, to be able to target enemies. I know that, when it comes to bosses and stuff, it's not necessarily hard to target them. They're pretty much like right there. But somebody who, again, is able to build fortifications cheaper, and that's the biggest thing is, again, you need to build up the fortifications as much as possible. That's the whole point of getting the power, right? You get power. Everybody shares power now. So if one person picks up, it gets dispersed amongst everybody else. So I think overall it's best you have somebody that can do something building-wise. You're not going to survive long in Horde mode in general if you're not building up your base, if you're not getting weapons, if you're not just generally ready for the next wave. And there's a lot of other things, to know. And again, there's a lot of expansions that they've done on Horde mode. There is more tips and tricks there. And like I said, I do want to talk about that in future videos. But for now, you just need a character, I think, in the engineer category. It's more than just Dell, but I would pick him. So guys, that is my overall thing. So I think you should have a team. This is my official team, is JD, Marcus, Dell, and Jack. Now, again, that's just my team. Not necessarily the best characters. I'd say JD and Jack. But again, it just kind of depends on how you play. You may love Marcus, right? You may just love that kind of how he acts as a character. If you get to mastering your character, anybody could technically be the best character, and that's always the caveat with these kind of videos. So it really is up to you, but as for a team, you definitely do want the most well-rounded team that you can possibly get. You don't want too many people from the same category because you're going to need to do a lot of different things in the mode in order to actually survive all the way, if you hope to survive all the way. Now again, we're going to possibly be doing a tips and tricks video for this mode coming up. We'll have more videos for Gears 5 in general over this full week on our channel. And again, we're giving away the game for absolutely for free on the channel. If you guys know anybody that wants this game, obviously send them our way. And thank you as always for watching. Make sure you guys subscribe and hit the bell icon, and I will see you all on the next video.